Seems that Ambassador Alba is not giving up yet. So, hello everybody, this is pt.100 and welcome back to some more Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations Turnabout Ablaze. In the previous episode, we had proved, or not proved, but shown how the body was moved from Alabast to Babel. Unfortunately, Alba is really hanging in there, so we have to use all that we have. This is the last testimony, more or less. This is the last section. So, 2 or 3 more videos, then we're good to go. If you like what you see, leave a like down below, comment if you have anything to say, subscribe to me if you haven't already, and share with your friends so they can enjoy this for themselves. Let's get a move on. Mr. Alba, I request that you testify once more. So if there's anything else for me to testify about. I have yet to fully prove that it was Mr. Alba who murdered Mr. Cochin. Well, I would like to hear about your movements before the murder occurred. I wonder if you could tell us about what you did here at the Theatrum Neutralis. Very well. I suppose I could tell you about that. Because about all I did was watch the Steel Samurai stage show. Elaborating even on that alone is good enough for me. The only way for me to place this man under arrest is to pinpoint the exact location of where the murder took place, for that's the key to this investigation. I watched from the last row. The stage was well lit, but it was dark out in the audience. I swear I was there in the audience, but it's hard to prove that, I suppose. I do remember the contents of the show very well, though. Is that proof enough for you? Those moving scenes were seared into this old man's heart. I'll never forget them. That is hardly a testimony. So you were in the theater proper, watching the Steel Samurai stage show, were you? Of course I was. I have a great fondness for the Steel Samurai. Yeah, I was pretty cool up there, wasn't I? You're not the one who was cool, it's the Steel Samurai who was cool. Yeah, and Steel Samurai's special finishing move today was really something, huh? Huh? Hey, Edgy! Who is she? Who's this, She's been standing here this whole time, and only now he notices her? Her name is Kay Faraday, and she's helping me in my investigation. Sorry I didn't get to introduce myself before, but it's better late than never. Yes, okay. I'm Larry. Silence is a peanut gallery. There's no time for such trivialities at a time like this. Mr. Prosecutor, it's the final battle. You got that? I know. This is the end. For that man there. That's the kind of thing I like to hear. I think I'll give trusting you a try, Mr. Prosecutor. Or rather, Mr. Edgeworth. I leave this critical battle up to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Have no fear. I will finish the job. This really is the end game. The time has come to expose every last one of Mr. Alba's lies. Let's do this! I watched from the last row. The stage was well lit, but it was dark out in the audience. Hold it! The last row? I should think that Ambassador would have special seating reserved. I wanted my staff to enjoy the Steel Samurai show as well. So I gave up all the good seats for them. It was enough for me to simply see him. My dear madam, if you continue to thrust about like that, your head may begin to hurt again. Yeah. Wow, he's completely frozen. In frustration, perhaps. I dare say she can be I dare say she can be one rather trying opponent. In any case, fuck me, Mr. Alba, can you actually prove to us that you were watching the show? I swear I was there in the audience, but it's hard to prove that, I suppose. Hold it! Are you admitting, then, that you may have no way of proving to us that you were watching? Objection! Quiet! You buzz in my ear like a pesky little fly. If you don't wish to listen quietly until the end of what I have to say, then perhaps you should pack up and get out of my way. Ugh. See that you're willing to be a bit more receptive now. Well, it's true that it may be difficult to prove that I was in the audience. I do remember the contents of the show very well, though. Is that proof enough for you? This is probably where we're going to get a different testimony. Hold it! Well, I remember the contents of the show as well myself. That's nice. That's nice? How's Edgeworth? Don't allow yourself to be riled up by him at this important juncture. Ugh. I wasn't planning to let him... Well, if you ask me, I think I'm the biggest Steel Samurai expert around here. And you didn't... and didn't you think this climactic scene of today's show was totally awesome? Yes, I remember that well. And a spectacular special move. The way you delivered the final blow against the evil magistrate, early summer rain jab. Oh, that scene will live on in my heart forever. Is that how it went? I totally forget about that. How could you forget your own special moves? That's the special attack the Steel Samurai uses when he's using the Samurai Spear. Yes, and today was the first time they showed it off, was it not? If I hadn't watched the show, then how could I answer you with the name of the move? I suppose you are correct, but if you could, please elaborate on this point for me. One of the scenes was his never-before-seen early summer rain jab move. I'm gonna press it. Hold it. Early summer rain jab was the move that was to be unveiled today. Because I saw that brand new special move, I believe it confirms my alibi. How sad. The only way he's got to pretend with himself is that he watched the Steel Samurai. I guess... this guy really has nothing else left. Yes, and to avoid arrest, you can bet he'll say or do anything. But with all of us here, there will be no escape for him. Yeah, we'll find a way to bring him to justice. Now then, let us continue with your testimony, Mr. Alba. Huh, very well. The Steel Samurai special move and various other scenes. These moving scenes were seared into this old man's heart. I'll never forget them. Hold it! I agree. Today will be a day to remember. Especially when we finally make you pay for all the wrongs you committed. What? Hey, that's what the Steel Samurai says when he defeats the evil magistrate. Actually, that line was just something I ad-libbed. You may act all surprised, but naturally you remember this line, don't you? Of course I do. I just now understand how the evil magistrate felt, that's all. Allow me to make you identify with the evil magistrate some more. Hey, then that makes you the Steel Samurai, huh? Well, if you had to complete the analogy, I suppose then, yes. And I do believe it's about time to bring the curtains down with a bang. Kay and myself were also in the audience of the Steel Samurai stage show. He got nothing on the Jammin' Ninja, but he was still cool enough, I guess. Wasn't my brand new special finishing move totally rad? No, don't tell me. It was you who thought up the special move? Yep. Now, what was it again? Extremely silly rejump! Was that it? No, wait, it was double breaking jump. That doesn't sound quite right. How could you forget to move you came up with? Final piece of Mr. Alba's alibi was that he was watching the Steel Samurai stage show. However, if he was busy killing Mr. Kochin, then he could have not had the time to do so. Okay, so obviously this is the important one. Aha! Objection! The special move today was the early summer rain jab. Is that your final answer? Objection! You little irritating gnat. Do you think you can trip me up by asking the same question over and over? That was not my intention. Your testimony is more than sufficient. However, I believe it would be wise for you to take a look at this. Samurai spear, what about it? This spear actually never made it on stage today. Excuse me? Unfortunately for you, tonight's Steel Samurai happened to be a goof of a young man with an abundance of useless hot-bloodedness. Yeah, sorry, hiccups. Having said that, said useless man bent the spear during his rehearsal this evening. Okay, do you remember what the Steel Samurai special move was tonight? It was the Steel Samurai Sushi Slash. Correct. Because he couldn't use the spear, a last-minute change was made. How'd you really been... I'm sorry, I haven't had dinner. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning where I am here. It's actually not, but it is in the game. Had you really been watching the show, you would have known the move that was used. Kirkus Alba. You didn't watch even a single minute of the Steel Samurai stage show tonight, did you? So if he wasn't watching the show tonight, then it opens up the possibility that he was busy killing Mr. Kochin instead. And... so where were you during the show? I demand an answer, now! Just what is so funny? You're so sloppy, and so are your conclusions. I still insist that I watched the show, or most of it in any case. What do you mean by most of it? You see, during the show, I left my seat for a spell to visit the bathroom. I assume that it was when the dramatic scene was played out there on stage. That's the lousiest lamest excuse I've ever heard in my life, pal. Just because you got the name of the move wrong. Can't really use that as proof that he didn't watch the show at all. Ugh! As a fan of the Steel Samurai, I had wanted to watch this entire show, honest. Objection. As a Steel Samurai fan. For someone who wasn't even in his seat for the climax of the show, you have no right to call yourself a Steel Samurai fan, ever. Who was that just now? You to be I, young lady. Larry, what are you doing interrupting me at a time like this? Hey, gee, just hold on a sec for a sec, I beg. I may never accept me, this old man, as the Steel Samurai fan, but I totally think he's a Steel what? What exactly is a Steel Maniac, pal? I believe you meant to say Steel Samurai Maniac. Yeah, and trust me, I know a real fan when I see one because I'm the Steel Samurai. Larry, you are just going to make things worse. I will never acknowledge you as a true Steel Samurai. What are you getting so worked up over, Mr. Edgeworth? It appears that the real Steel Samurai recognizes me as a fan. As well as he should, for I am a fan. It's not as though I missed the entire show. It was the most amazing show, filled with the spirit of the young and young at heart. Huh. Sarcasm dripping from his long wooden nose couldn't run any thicker. Getting the name of the move wrong only proves that he didn't watch the last scene. What I really need here is something more definitive. Something that links Mr. Alba directly to the murder of Mr. Manicochin. You know what, Gramps? You're really something else. I'm honored to receive such praise from the Steel Samurai, but what is it for? Well, I was just wondering how you found out about the early summer rain jab. That move is a bit of a secret that only a small portion of the staff know about. Wait, it was a secret? Larry, wait, what did you say just now? Huh? Did I say something stupid again? Did you say that the early summer rain jab was actually a secret? Well, maybe I shouldn't have said secret. It's more like we only decided on the name of the move right before the start of the show. Right before? Yeah, the stage director was going nuts because we were supposed to debut the move. But 5 minutes before the show, we threw it up on the dressing room's whiteboard. Early summer rain jab. That's kind of how we decided on the name of the move. But by that time, I'd already bent the spear, so I guess the whole thing was kind of pointless. All of you Steel Samurai actors, as I said, the director has my complete sympathy. Oh, she's going back way to the first game. Oh yeah, that's right, because he broke the spear. Forgot about that. That's interesting. That's an interesting parallel. So basically, because we changed the move to the sushi slash, we kind of pretended that the early summer rain jab didn't exist at all. I mean, it'd be better if someone found out that we changed the move, so we made it a secret. Okay. I think I'm getting paranoid just a little bit. So basically, a gag order was issued for publicity's sake. It almost makes the early summer rain jab sound like a lost art. Yeah, which is why I think that most of the staff hadn't even heard of the move. Objection! Hold those lips of yours still. What the heck, old man? I've done nothing but listen. From what I can tell, it's all very unrelated to the case. It's also very tedious and a pointless exercise in wasting time, much like a kid's show. Objection! Mr. Alba, I believe the one who should be quiet now is you. How dare you! I suspect that you've already noticed exactly what the very severe implications are of this man's testimony. Ha! So now you're trying to bully me, huh? There are no implications to be read in a behind-the-scenes story of a kid's show. Don't even think about trying to slither your way out of this, Cursius Alba. You were the one who said it yourself. The name of the move was Early Summer Rain Jab. But that name was only decided upon right before the show was about to start. So, just what are you driving at? the name of the move that you told us was never used in the show was said out loud. Now then, would you care to tell us about how you found out about the name of that move? Because I can only think of one way you could have known. Characters Alba, this is the only way you could have known the name of the special move. You saw it. You knew the name because you saw it. You saw it on the dressing room's whiteboard. The staff members who knew were keeping it a secret, so you couldn't have simply gone up to a staff member and asked. Which means that the only other option left to you is that you saw it on the whiteboard. So that means Mr. Alba was in the waiting room at some point, right? But what's the big deal, sir? I don't see what that means. There's another piece of evidence that has a great deal to do with the dressing room, so we can't afford to let this slide. This is related to both the dressing room and to Mr. Cochin's murder. Take that! The pushcart was used to move the body right there into the dressing room. During the show, the pushcart awaited its turn to be pushed on stage in the dressing room. It was finally pushed there along with the Iron Infant in the last scene of the show. And then, right after the show ended, it went into Alba along with the Steel Samurai. Which means the only time the killer could have placed the body inside the pushcart was when the pushcart was in the dressing room backstage. So basically, the killer has to be someone who visited the dressing room during the show. Precisely. No! Oh, but wait. What if, and this is just a what if. What if the murder didn't take place in the dressing room? What do you mean, Kay? I have to admit, she brings up a valuable possibility. During the show, the dressing room was supposed to be devoid of people. You know, going into the private dressing room would stand out like a sore thumb. But despite that, the killer still managed to move the body with the pushcarts. Correct, and it's because of the setup of the theater's dressing room that it would be the ideal location for the murder of Manny Cochin. Characters Alba, during the show you went down to the dressing room, and I want to know why. Yes. Yes, I was there. I went into the dressing room. I knew it! I'm placing you under arrest right now, pal. You got that? Arrest! Not so fast. What is it now? Then I deserve a chance to explain myself. Explain? What is there to explain? I believe I told you earlier that I went to the bathroom. Well, I got lost when I did. I wanted to ask for directions, but when I opened the dressing room door, no one was inside. And that's when I saw the name of the move on the whiteboard. I'm calling total bullshit on that. Why would you get lost in your own embassy? You punk, are we still trying to get out of this? Do you really think you could get away at this point? Mr. Edgeworth, is there anything you could do to stop him? I don't have enough evidence on hand to do anything. I don't have the airtight evidence I need to put this man away for good. But if that's what I need, then perhaps. Agent Lang, I believe an investigation of the dressing room is in question is in order. It's possible that we may find new evidence there. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth pokes around in there. I'm sure he'll find some new facts, pal. Oh, and what if we use the thief? We may even learn something from a recreation. Sorry. We don't need to do any of that. What? Wolfie? How could you? Not saying this to be mean. It's just that we've already searched there. The men really are something else. And they found nothing. There's only one thing I can say to you, sis, and that is they found nothing. That's it. I guess you're right. If they found something, they would have reported it to us. Couldn't find anything because there was nothing there to find. If there's no info to feed into Little Thief, then I can't do much to help out either. Is this the end? The murder took place in this theater, which is not protected under extraterritorial rights. And the fact is that Mr. Alba himself committed the murder. I can't prove both statements to be true. Mr. Alba walks away free man. There's no other course of action left to us. It appears that your hand of cards has turned out to be a bust. Now, if you will excuse me. Because of you people, I missed my flight. Now I must make haste to arrange for a new one. Who is it this time? First Larry and now you! Nah, fuck it. Oh well. I'll do it. What's with that scary mobster, like, scowl on your face, Edgy Poo? Don't treat me like I'm some sort of nuisance. I've been meaning to say this, but all of you keep talking about things I don't get at all. You're trying to leave this lady in the sad, depressing, lonely dust I'm about to cry in. Why did you have to speak up right at this instant? But you know what, Edgy? Cheer up, because I'm about to give you the most wonderful thing. The most wonderful thing? From you. It's super special that I can give away to just anyone, you know. My special present of... are you ready? Is this? It's... It's the backs of those samurai dogs, right? Yes. Oh, Edgy, here. You know, eat one and you'll feel red as rain. Can we get Alba in here? Are we through here? Why did everyone get so quiet all of a sudden? Edgy, tell me you understand the depths of this lady's, for you. I'm not one to hand out snacks willy-nilly, you know. No, sir. The thought occurred to me that maybe it would be good for you to make sure that you were nice and full. One day, it's my dream to serve some of my own homemade food. I mean, isn't it? Oh, there it goes. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do anything about her? There is no power on earth that can force that woman into silence. I'm so sick of, Yeah. What? A special design on it. Man, like the Japanese flag, so I thought it was special. When I ate one, it tasted so like all the rest. Oh, it made me so mad. Made me so mad. Mad. Wait, a special box with a Hinamaru on it. A Hinamaru like fan on it. Never heard of such a piece of merchandise existing before. However, there it is. The red rising sun on this fan is filled in. Is it possible? Could it be? After the show, the samurai dogs were piled onto the dressing room floor. However, there is no such thing as a rising sun dog. Yay, logic! This contradiction of facts between something that should not exist and yet does. The rays from the sun may just be what we need to point us in the right direction. Presents? The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand out the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them into the pushcarts to move them all. I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Cochin at the theater and then placed his body inside the pushcart. And then, you forced the Steel Samurai to unwittingly move the body for you. It's time to place the final pieces of this logic puzzle together. No matter how fragile or small the connections may be, once we found them all, the way to the truth will be revealed. Okay, Samurai dogs, Rising Sun dogs. So, body in the pushcart. Son of a bitch. Pardon my language. So, body in the pushcart. Samurai dogs were also piled into the pushcart. Connect them together, and you get. The killer used the pushcarts to transport the body, which means that they had to remove the samurai dogs from within first. Therefore, the samurai dogs that were piled up on the dressing room floor are most likely taken out of the pushcart by the killer. Rising Sun dogs. And the samurai dogs are removed. There shouldn't be any samurai dogs in there to begin with. That which should not exist. This box of samurai dogs with a Hinamaru on it. If this red rising sun was filled in when the killer was busy removing the dogs from the pushcart, then it's proof that the murder took place in the dressing room. As long as this red substance turns out to be what I believe it to be. Wendy Oldbag. Cannot believe I'm saying this, but I thank you. What you have given to me is truly something very special. Mr. Edgeworth, are you sure you're feeling okay, sir? Mr. Alba, as I suspected, you killed Mr. Cochin in the dressing room. How many times must I listen to you repeat yourself? Haven't you figured it out yet? Your words are meaningless, worthless, and powerless. The only way I'm going to continue to cooperate is with some definitive evidence. That arrogance, that self-confidence. You believe that you've erased every piece of evidence that could incriminate you. However, there remains one piece here, and it is what will put you away for good. Ha! You're bluffing. Oh. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Sounds like you finally found him. Finally found the fangs, and we need to go after this guy's juggler. So tell us, what about the box of samurai dogs is going to put the old man away? That is where we're going to end it off here. Whatever. Yeah, we're going to end it off. In the next episode of Miles Edgeworth's Attorney Investigations, count on it being the finale. We're going to put the ex-ambassador, Alba away for good. I will see you guys later.